Okay, and we are live. So welcome to the Come Cook With Me show. My name is Laura Hall, and we are actually live here at the Palencia Business Center, and I'm going to introduce you to a couple of people who made this happen. And I'm so thrilled that they have allowed us to come in and use this incredible space. So Beth, I'm going to introduce you first. Thank you for letting us be here, and share a little bit about the Palencia Business Center for us.
Well, Palencia Business Center was founded in 2012. We are an entrepreneur center here. We have 14 offices that we share for people who are starting their business and have regular business locations and co-working space. Then we have our front retail space, which everybody knows us by, and that's where we do our business services, our administrative services, and marketing services. And in 2018, we're just rolling out with our new website. It's called printshop.com, and that's for all our commercial printing and for marketing services for our customers. It is our pleasure. You have bring such joy to our office when you come. So I can't tell you how happy we are to participate. And we have Victor, who is here.
Hello. We're so happy that these wonderful ladies are here. We are now in the Houdini Parlor Theater, which is right across the hall from the business center on Market Street in Valencia. And we do shows here every Saturday evening at 7:30, every Sunday afternoon at 2:30. They're family friendly. We levitate somebody from the audience at every show. It's a lot of fun, but you know Laura today is going to do her own kind of magic. And Russians love potato soup, believe me. So I'm looking forward to this myself.
And Victor, aren't you going to be giving away some show tickets?
We're going to give away 2 free tickets to the show this weekend. So I don't know how we're going to do that, but you tell me and we have the tickets.
Okay.
And then you're going to give away the Instant Hot?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Have a good time, everybody.
All right, thank you both for doing that.
Of course.
All right, so let's go ahead and give a little bit of history. We do actually have a live audience here, so it's so much fun. And if I could turn the camera on, which I cannot because it took a while to get it set up this way, we could pan and see everyone. So I'm very, very excited. Let me give a real quick history so we have people who haven't been following me that are here and want to know how this show got started. So years and years I've been cooking. It's my passion of all things that I love to do. Passion for cooking and passion for pairing wines with what we're cooking. And so many years people have said, Laura, you need to open up a restaurant, or Laura, you need to do this. And you know, opening a restaurant, and those of you who are in the restaurant business, I applaud you because it's such an amazing and incredible feat that you do. Day in, day out, holidays, it's just a lot. I never opened up that restaurant. So a friend of mine was saying, you know, because my kids now live in Louisville still, and we're here in Florida, they said, well, how are you know, the kids are cooking on their own and they don't have our recipes, the recipes that I've created. And so a friend of mine said, well, why don't you just share it with everybody since you're a health coach and a nutrition coach, why don't you just share and start and create a cooking show? And so that's how Lifestyle by Laura J came to be and Come Cook With Me came to be. So you'll see on my Facebook, it says come Cook With Me, and it also has Lifestyle by Laura J. Well, the Lifestyle by Laura J, if you've ever missed a show, our shows are on my YouTube channel, which is Lifestyle by Laura J. That's how you can find all of them. And it's just been so much fun, and I just can't even believe how it's all taken off. So in our community, let's go ahead and set the stage. If you say hello, who you are, and where you're from, it's just building community on our page, and that's really a beautiful thing. So please go ahead and do that if you haven't already. And this time, you have got to share. So many of you say hello and who you are and where you're from, but you're not sharing this video. And those of you who share, we have not only the special tickets that are going to be given away, but I have an Instapot. We are going to be giving away an Instapot. So everyone who shares this video on their personal wall says something, here's my girlfriend Laura, you're going to get a chance to win. You'll be in the random generator to win the Instapot this week. So I'm very, very excited. And you'll have a week to actually share this because, we announced the winners of last week's on the next show. And normally what we do is if we say hello and who you're from, you enter a chance to win our spices. And so our spices are from a teammate of ours. He's also a nutritionist, and he just has created these incredible spices. He's on my health and nutrition team, and they're called Dano spices. And Dano seasonings come out of Kentucky. They're phenomenal. If you don't have them, you definitely want to get them. But if you just say hello, who you are, where you're from, you get a chance to enter in here. And what we do is we put everybody in a random generator on the computer, and then, you know, whoever it ends up on, you win. So it's kind of like a spin it, but it's really not. But anyway, that's the technology. But the last week's winner, let me see, I have my sticky note. Okay, Jamie Littlefield, you are the winner for last week. So I'll send you a message and you win the spices from last week. And we also give away our shake, and I didn't bring the shake to our center. So you have a chance to get between our pumpkin or our cookies and cream seasonal shake. Those are our seasonal shakes right now. And the person who won the seasonal shake from last week, Karen Robin. Karen, I think that was your first time on the show last week too. So welcome and congratulations. I'm so excited for you. So we have an interesting twist. We are making a potato leek soup, but we're doing it in a healthy way. So you know what we typically do is we do the Instapot, and I always do something traditional in the slow cooker crock pot. This is all clad. It's not called crock pot because it's not crock pot, but it's a slow cooker. Same thing. So in this arena, what we always do is say, you know, I grew up with the slow cooker. That was the godsend when we were growing up and the kids were growing up. You get it started right after you did your exercise in the morning, off to work you went, and then when you all came home, we had a great family meal. Well, the Instapot has taken this gadget, which was my go-to gadget like forever. This Instapot has taken the whole level of cooking to just a completely different level. And it's quick. It's like whatever this took 8 hours, this takes about an hour or less. So it's been phenomenal. But what I found out since we've been doing the show is that most of the time, the 8-hour traditional cooking doesn't have as great a flavor as the Instapot because the emulsification of how all of the ingredients kind of come together. So it's been a really fun science experiment just to tell you that. So let's go ahead and get on with the show. So what you're going to want to do for this particular recipe, you want to get your Instapot on saute. So I'm going to go ahead and get that starting. Now, I already pre-made a few of the ingredients that we're going to go into the top. This is just telling me that it's ready to go. So toppers. One of the toppers, because it is a potato soup, but it's mostly going to be cauliflower. But because it is a potato soup, some people like to make it kind of like a loaded potato soup. Well, we're making it a little less loaded. But if you wanted to, I was just going to show you, we have the cooking grease from the loaded piece, which is the bacon bits on the top. We're not going to use this because we're going to make the healthy version. But I did want to let you know that that's one of the ways that you could do it. You could just scoop that in right into the Instapot. We're going to see the few extra calories because we actually have a special treat for those of the people who are going to use the bread bowls. So I'm going to use avocado oil. I just love avocado oil because it doesn't add any flavor, but it's an excellent oil to cook with, and it does really well in high temperatures. And I'm going to need to get my glasses on because I can't really see that well. Okay. All right. So you just want to coat the bottom of your pot. And it's going to get hot in just a minute. And what you're going to want to add as it's getting hot is you want to do some garlic cloves. Oh, thanks for the love, everybody. Thank you. So what I have here is, you know, I love to cook with roasted garlic. It just adds such a complexity to all of the things that I'm cooking with. And if you could smell it, just smells amazing. So we have some roasted garlic cloves. In the recipe, also the recipe is above in the comments where I posted. So you don't have to say where's the recipe because it's actually in the actual post. I said eight cloves, but I have a few more. We're just going to use them all. Yeah, I know, right? It's so fun to have a live audience. Okay, so because I love onion and potatoes and cauliflower, onion just goes really, really well together. So I've got two types of onions that we're using. We're using a leek. So I've already gone ahead and chopped that up. There's 3 leeks in there. And then I've got a regular, soft, organic, it's a soft flavor. It's a sweet onion. Okay, so I've already diced that up. And so you're going to want to have this go ahead and cook so that the onion gets a little translucent. And this bad boy over here, the crock pot, has been cooking. I've already even used the emulsifier in it, so it's absolutely ready to go. So it'll be fun. You all will get a chance to try which one to see which one you like best.
Taste test.
Taste test, yeah. Now we're gonna have a whole bunch of people to tell us which one that they like. Normally it's just our family that's over having dinner with us. Okay, well that's gonna start to get a little bit more hot. We're gonna keep getting that nice and hot. I'm gonna go ahead and start to add a little bit of the spices because they can cook right in with the garlic. So we're gonna go ahead, and you know me, I put the amounts, the recommended amounts. I don't measure anything because that's just the kind of cook that I am. But go ahead and look at the measured amounts, and don't freak out because I'm not measuring, because I kind of am. So we're gonna do Dano's savory spice, and then his little spicy one. Anybody not like a lot of spice in the group? This one's not very spicy, but this one might be a little bit. That's a lot.
Bring it on.
Okay, so then we have the little bit of spicier one from Dano's. We are going to use some white pepper. If you don't have white pepper, don't worry about it. Something I want to point out is that all of the spices, even Dano's, it's no GMO. Dano's has no sugar, no gluten, no MSG, and no GMOs. Very important, and I'm using all organic, no GMO. Okay, we don't need to have genetically modified food going on. Just don't need to. So organic is always best, and that's the white pepper. And we have the Japanese. This is one of my favorite ones because it has a little bit of sweetness to it, the Japanese 7 spice. And I'm seeing this everywhere. People are saying they don't see it often, but I've been seeing it like almost everywhere. So, oh, that's really looking good. It's starting to smell good too, yeah.
They can't smell it. We get to smell it.
Yeah, I always say it's too bad we don't have smell-o-vision. It's coming, I'm sure. My daughter's probably going to create it. She's a computer science major. She's not going to create it. She's into technology for finding out who's, like, she's a sleuth. Okay, and then ground cumin. I love cumin. And I'm putting in a whole bunch more because no one said they didn't like any spice. And then I'm going to use just a little bit of celery. I actually had found out, somebody said that they were allergic to celery, and I was like, I've never heard that allergy before. Lori, thank you for telling me earlier this week. So I'm just going to put a little bit in. And then we're going to use, I'll put the bay leaves in just a minute. Let me get this rocking and rolling. Okay, that's good. It's time to add our broth. So what I'm using is a bone broth, and I'm going to get the first one in really quickly because I don't want it to burn up here. So yeah, bone broth is what I use, and I rarely use anything else but a bone broth. And there's so many health benefits to bone broth versus using, like a stock, a cooking stock, or I don't even know what the other stuff is called anymore. I never use it anymore. Like a broth. But bone broth is so good, and I'll post a link that I love sharing with people why I always say use bone broth. But it's just for gut health. I mean, it's just so much better. Plus, it adds a whole bunch of flavorful protein. So, I'm not going to add the other ones until we get the other components in the soup. I just wanted to not have that start to burn up on there. Oh, that is just looking mighty fine. And I could show it to you, but I can. It's not that. You can see. There you go. Okay. Okay, so you're going to turn off your Instant Pot because you're not going to need to have it sauteing anymore. And then you're gonna go to the ingredients. It's really that simple. I mean, this is really a simple recipe. So I do have potatoes, but most of the recipe, this is a 1.5 mounds or cauliflower pods. So it's 1.5. They are organic. I prefer that. The florets, I've gone ahead and I just kind of chop them down a little bit because it'll make it easier for the emulsifier when you put it in. Okay, so, and then I do have 2 red potatoes and 4 of the golden potatoes. And by the way, if you wonder what the ingredients are that we're going to be using, I always do come shop with me a couple of days before the show. So I actually did it yesterday, not thinking I should have probably done it Tuesday. But you can see that in a live broadcast up in my Facebook feed. And it always tells you the ingredients that we're going to be using for the show. Okay, awesome. So now I'm going to add a little bit more of the bone broth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up to cover the liquid is to cover the ingredients. But I want to save enough space so that when I come in and do the emulsifier and this is completely cooked, what I want to do is have enough space for the final ingredients. And I'll go ahead and show this to you in a second. So awesome. Okay. I think I can add about one half more. Let's see. I brought the big Instapot, so the recipe that when I did this, I did it in a smaller one. But this is the bigger Duo 80. All right, perfect. So you're going to add a few bay leaves. I'm going to put in 3. And they just look like that. Non-GMO, organic bay leaves. Okay, that's it. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in. I use pink Himalayan salt. And I already put the white pepper in, so I'm not going to put in any black pepper in. We'll save that for the end. Okay, that's it, people. We're going to put the lid on. And I'm sorry I don't have it, the facial showing you. All right, so you want to make sure that your steam is not vented and your red button is ready to lift up. Lock it in place. And we're going to cook this on manual because I just want to make sure that everything, you can do it on the soup, but I'm just going to do manual because that's how I did the recipe. You're going to go up to 30 minutes. And it'll get started. You can do a quick release of the steam because you're going to get the emulsifier and put it on saute again while you're emulsifying, and that's what it's just telling us it's ready to go. So I have my emulsifier. I'm going to have this ready to go when it's done. As soon as this is finished, I'll quick release the steam, put my emulsifier in, take out the bay leaves. You don't want to emulsify the bay leaves in it, but you'll just zoom it up. Bless you. You're going to zoom it up, and then you're going to add the final ingredients. There's 3 ingredients that while you're zipping it up, you're going to use. I love this. This is my favorite all-time brand new product that I love. So this is a non-dairy milk plant protein. It's a pea plant. It's made from a pea plant. It's amazing. I'm going to tell you, it's so great. So you get 50% more calcium than you do from a dairy milk. What I love is that there's 10 grams of protein. I don't know if you can see that. 10 grams of protein for each serving. I mean, that's crazy. No sugars. I mean, I know, right? It's crazy. There's no sugars. 1 carbohydrate. So you're really looking at a low carbohydrate. Your macros are really going to be, this is going to be perfect because you're going to get most of your carbohydrate from your potato that you already have, but everything else is going to be perfect for you. Perfect balance, but I love that. The other ingredient, this is another new find that I have found. Love it. This is an almond milk yogurt. Plain, it's unsweetened, it's soy and dairy free. Again, the protein on this is so amazing. 1 gram of carbohydrate, 6 proteins, 0 sugar. Just crazy. All right, and then the final ingredient you're gonna add is you're gonna add our red boat fish sauce. This is the best fish sauce. If you're gonna use a fish sauce, this is the best one. So this is made from the black sardine, the black anchovy, and it has sea salt, seawater. That's it. That's all that's in here. This is amazing, amazing. This is one of the better ones to have. 0 carbohydrates in this one, and the sodium is super low. I love it. So you're gonna add those 3 after you emulsify, and then you're ready to serve. Now, for serving, what I have created is some really yummy toppings. We have some scallions that have been cut up. Sorry about that. And I have some fresh Parmesan that I've gone ahead and grated. And I also have, I actually listed the 2 cheeses in the comments above, but there's a Parmesan, I listed which one it was, and then there's, it's just, there's 2, I listed them up above, they're great. And then we have some chives for people who don't like the scallions, and then people who want to have just like a total loaded potato soup, we have the bacon bits. Okay, these are low sodium bacon bits, so they're at least a little healthier. And then for those of you who really don't care and you don't want to have it in a soup bowl, we have these amazing little, our baker at Publix over in Ponte Vedra Publix, John, thank you John, made these for us this morning. And so he put a little divot in, and we're going to put the soup in.
Thank you, John.
Yes, thank you, John. Yes, thank you, John, so much. Okay, so this is going to build up pressure. It's going to, once it builds up pressure, it'll take 30 minutes. And we will take pictures after the show is over and everyone's serving themselves up. And thank you again for joining for the show. Now, let me show you what the big prize is, because I have it sitting over here to the side. So you definitely want to share this on your wall. I'm going to move this plant just over here. So don't knock it off. Okay. I don't know about you, but okay. So I ordered these, by the second week. Yep. Thanks. My husband's actually here today. So I ordered these the second week of December. One of them, not the 2 that arrived here, but I even ordered some for people for holiday gifts, right? So my sister-in-law just got her holiday gift yesterday, so I'm so sorry, Karen. Any rate, the ones that came for the show, they came yesterday here. So this is awesome. This is what we're gonna win. So it's the duo, which I love the duo. Everyone asks me which one to get. I like the duo because of the programming features. And the low and slow, and this is the 60, not the 80. So, share on your wall. We're hoping that this is going to be one of the biggest shows, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. I have enjoyed coming to your homes, and you're not in my home today. We're in Victor's home, so thank you, Victor, again for having us. It's been really fun having an audience, so thank you all for coming, audience. I really appreciate it. And I'm overjoyed and overwhelmed so much so that if I didn't say thank you to everybody who have said happy birthday to me, some of the messages and the outpouring have just blown me away. So I thank you very much, and thanks so much for joining me on the show. Have a great night. Happy birthday!